Hey everyone, how are you all? Okay, so let's start with today's session. Yeah, so my name is Bharat Agarwal. So I welcome you on behalf of GT Jalandhar. So we have this second day of Mega Month. So today we'll be seeing about building actions for Google Assistant. So this will be a hands-on session which will be taken by Vrijraj Singh. So he's a content creator at Tech Ferment, organizer of GT Jalandhar, and a Google developer expert for web and Firebase technologies. So without further ado, I would like to invite Vrijraj Singh. Hello.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are. So you can take it from here.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Thank you. I'll share my screen. I hope you are all able to see my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, Vrijraj.
Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining us, and thank you Bharat for wonderful introductions. And yeah, my name is Vrijraj, and today we are going to build actions for Google Assistant. So I'll start this slide next. Like I'll talk about little more about myself. Like as you know, like I'm a Google developer expert for web technology and Firebase. So basically, I'm working with the developer teams of uh, like Chrome, PWA, Firebase for helping the active communities. And also, I'm content creator for TechRement, where I'm providing online videos on YouTube as well as online training on web technologies. You can check out more information about me at my website vrijraj.xyz. So let's get started. So here we have an agenda. So first I'll talk about a little intro about Google Assistant, like what is Google Assistant, how Google Assistant is using in day-to-day life, and how you can how it's working with like Google Assistant, the flow. And the third part will we will go to the deep dive into the Google Assistant hands-on sessions, uh, where we will build actions for Google Assistant. And the fourth one part is we will deploy those applications on actions. And yeah, and the fifth part is we will work on the what like where you can build and publish your actions on Google Assistant. So let's get started. So do you have any idea what is Google Assistant? Maybe you can unmute your mic and speak. Okay, so Google Assistant is a virtual assistant for you, where you as a user can interact with Google, and you can perform some queries based on machine learning. And right now there are 1 billion of active devices are working on Google Assistant. You can use Google Assistant on different devices such as Google Home, smart devices, smartphone, smart applications, watch, wear, and headphone. There are a lot of devices that you can use for Google Assistant. And here are the some, let's say this is a Google Smart Home. Here you can check out the informations about anything with Google Assistant. And similarly, with the help of Google Assistant, you can also create a games, interactive games where you can the AI. You can spend some time with Google Assistant by playing these games. So like as I told you, like the first one part is like we have a Android applications. So Android is a platform where building an application which will be considered as a applications. So we have an Android and we are building an application that application will run on Android platform. So similarly, we have a Google Assistant platform, or we can say personal assistant. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay, so we have a Google Assistant, and Google Assistant is a platform, or maybe we can consider as a virtual assistant for you. And on top of the assistant, you are building actions. So actions is just like as a, you can consider as a application which will run on Android. Similarly, action is a similar kind of application that will run on your Google Assistant. Okay, so how you can build actions on Google? So actions on Google is a platform where you can build your actions for Google Assistant. Okay, so Google Assistant is different thing. Like Google Assistant is a like virtual assistant for you, where you can interact you as a user with Google. And if you want to create actions which will run on your Google Assistant, so that actions will consider as an application, and you can create those actions with the help of Google Assistant or actions on Google as a platform. So now I'll talk about how it's working. So you can check out, like if you have a Google Assistant in your mobile application, you just call, "Hey Google, talk to Varsha's resume," and then this actions will be activated, and you can ask the questions maybe related to educational or maybe work experience, projects, and there are a lot of things you can ask. Okay, the next one part is like now we as a user will ask some questions to the Google Assistant, and that user input will go to the Google Assistant, and inside Google Assistant we are creating actions which will run on your Google Assistant. So then Google Assistant request goes to your action, and then we have some response which will be goes to the Google Assistant, and then you will be able to get the response from Google Assistant. Okay, so this is a workflow. And if you want to create this kind of workflow, first you need to work on machine learning. So machine learning is a different things. And here you need to write a machine learning models, and there are a lot of things. But I'll tell you one thing later. So you can also invoke your actions, or maybe like the application you have built for Google Assistant. You can use these terminologies like, "Hey Google, talk to WTM Jalandhar," or maybe GDC Jalandhar, or Varsha's resume, or anything, the actions. So as I told you, like if you want to create this kind of actions, you need to work on machine learning. So like you have to create a model, and then you need to train the model, and then there are a lot of headache for as a developer. But right now, Google has developed a tools for you where you don't need to write your machine learning model. So Dialog Flow is a predefined machine learning. It's a tools, or we can consider as a service, where you can use directly as a machine learning point of view. Okay, so you can create actions, and you can connect that particular actions with Dialog Flow. And Dialog Flow is a pre-trained machine learning model. You just need to input the questions, like what will be the questions and what will be the answer for that particular questions. So in Dialog Flow, we have a two terminology. First is intent, and the second one is training phases and the response. So intent is just like as a like a set of similar type of questions. Okay, so like user can ask like, what who is Vrijraj, or what with, like, can you share more information about Vrijraj? So this is the same question, and this is a set of similar type of question can be considered as a intent. And then we have a training phases. Training phases is just like as a the questions, like for example, let me check my voice. Am I audible right now? Yeah. Okay. So, do you have any confusion related to intent, like set of similar type of questions? Intent is just like as a set of similar type of questions. And training phases, matlab, for example, these all are the questions, like what will be the projects, or what are the projects which Ras has built, or something. And then responses is just like as a, like there is a question, and then you need to add the answer, and that's it. Any confusion related to intents and training phases and response? Okay. So now this will be the flow. So let's say we as a user will say, will ask to the Google Assistant, hey Google, talk to Versa's resume. So inside Google Assistant, we have created actions. My actions name is Varsha's resume. That will invoke, and that actions will go to the dialog flow. And inside dialog flow, we have written the intents. Intents means similar type of questions, and as well as we have written some sort of questions as a training phases, and then we have a responses. So dialog flow will check what type of questions user is asking, and then we inside that particular intents, that will check the response, and then response will be sent to the user, and then you will get the response from the Google Assistant. So this is a workflow. Like we as a user will first activate the actions by saying talk to Varsha's resume on Google Assistant, and then we have actions, and that actions will be connected with dialog flow as a machine learning, and then inside dialog flow we can write the logic. One of the best thing about dialog flow, you don't need to write the code. Like if you have a knowledge of like typing or communications or English language, you can directly, there will be a no code required for building actions for Google Assistant. Okay, so let's build Google actions for Google Assistant. So what I'll do here today, I will create a resume. Let's say you can create a resume with the help of Google Docs or maybe Microsoft document, where you can add your name, you can mention your informations like about part, projects, technical skills, and the achievements. So you can do that particular things with the help of Google Assistant. So what type, like we will create a bot, or maybe we can create actions for Google Assistant. Having a user can ask the questions related to like your information, let's say about me, like who is Vrijraj. And similarly, user can ask related to your technical skills, and user can ask your project, and your assistant will share like, hey, Vrijraj has created 3 projects, and you can check out these projects on this particular link. And similarly, you can also mention the contact details. Like if you want to contact the bridge Raj, here are the contact details. So this is a kind of resume or virtual assistant, or maybe we can consider as a bot. You can create with the help of Google Assistant. So as I mentioned, like in Dialogflow, we have a 3 terminologies. Intent. Intent is just like as a set of similar type of questions. Training phases means what will be the questions for each intent, and the responses is just like as an answer for each questions. Okay, so we will create these 5 intent on book dialog flow, and then we will test how we can create. So I'll share my entire screen. I will show you how we can create these intents with the help of dialog flow, and how we can create a project with the help of Google Assistant. So if you have any questions, you can ask your questions right now, and till that time I will share my entire screen. Okay, I hope my screen is visible to you all. Is it visible? Yeah. So I have opened my Google search, and here you just need to type actions on Google. So I'll type actions on Google. So this is a platform where you can create actions for your Google Assistant. So I'll click on this platform. This is a website, developer.google.com/assistant. So I'll share this link on Google Meet, and here is the link. Okay. Now what I'll do, I will logged in with my Google account. I have already logged in with my Google account. Now I'll go to the there is a button, go to the action console. So this is a button for actions console. I'll click on it, and this is the dashboard. Okay. So this is a URL like Google Actions Console. Okay. Now here you can create a project. So I'll create a project. So I'll click on new project, and then you can accept the terms and conditions. Like these are the terms and conditions related to actions on Google. I'll click on agree and continue. Okay. Here you can mention the project name. So let's say I'm creating a project name is Vrijraj Singh. Okay, so this is my project name. I can select the language. So by default, my language is English. Here you can select the country. So let's say I can select the country name is India. Okay, and then you can click on create project. Okay, so any questions as of now? Like these all are the simple project steps. Like first we need to go to the website of developer console for assistant, and then you need to create a project. So this is a screen for the welcome screen for creating a project. Now here we have a lot of predefined intents that you can use directly in your actions. Okay, so intent is just like as a set of similar type of questions. So here we have a predefined some set of similar type of intents that you can directly use in your actions. So let's say if you are building some actions related to smart home, you can select, or you maybe you can you go for food ordering, games, storytelling, educations, or you can do anything. So right now we will create a resume which will be a part of custom. So I'll click on custom and then next. Okay. Any other confusion? So I'll click on next button. Okay. Now it will ask like you can go for with blank project, or you can use some predefined sample project. So I'm not using any sample project. I'll just select blank project and then click on start building. No idea. Just facing some network issues. Yeah. So my project is ready. I'll just reload the page. Okay. So this is my project dashboard. Okay. After creating a project, you will be redirected to this particular dashboard. This is a dashboard where you can create actions for your Google Assistant. Here I have created my project, which is name is Vrijraj Singh. And then here we have a tabs like overview, develop, test, deploy, and analytics part. Okay, so as of now, any confusion, any doubt related to actions, like how we can create a project?
No, sir.
Okay, so now I'll go to the overview section. Here we have overview. Here we have a quick setup, like you can add more information about your actions. So let's say the display name, what will be the actions name? So my actions name is Bridge Raj, let's say resume. Okay, so you can also spell like Vrijraj resume. Okay, and you can also select the Google Assistant voice. Let's say female 2, female 3, you can also select. It's totally up to you. And then you can click on this one. Vrijraj resume. Okay, this voice is audible or not? I'll just check. I will share my screen. Yes. Okay, so actions voice is audible. Okay, so now I'll click on save button. Okay, so I will save Vrijraj resume and click on the save button. Okay, the setting is same. Right now, again, I'll go to the overview part. This is the overview part. Here we have click on the, we have done this part quick setup, and then now I need to create a actions. So how we can create a actions? So I'll click on develop part. So here we have a tab for the develop, and then we'll go to the actions part. This is the actions, and here we can create a actions for my Google Assistant. So I'll click on get started button. Okay, now as I mentioned, like we can create a intents, right? Intent is just like as a set of similar type of questions. So let's say I want to add a questions, right? Let's say related to experience, let's say, or maybe technical skills about Vrijraj or for Vrijraj. So you need to create a custom intent. There are predefined some sort of intents that you can use. Let's say you can use this type of intents, like it will automatically play some games. But right now we are building this resume from zero, so that's why I will select custom intent and then click on build button. Okay. and then I will be redirect to the Dialog Flow. Dialog Flow is a machine learning tools designed by the Google, where you just need to add the content, add the data, training phases, or maybe we can say responses. And all the machine learning will be done by the Google itself. You don't need to worry about the logic or the infrastructure part and writing code. All will be done by the Google itself. So I'll click on the services, like accepting the terms and services. I'll just reload the page once again. Yeah, it will be redirect to the Dialog Flow, and then here we have a Dialog Flow. Okay, any other confusion, doubt as of now? What we have done as of now, like we have a project here. We have just go to the overview part, and then here we have a quick setup, and just we have mentioned our project name, like what will be the actions name. My actions name is Vrijraj resume. And then we have jumped to the actions part, and here we have click on get started button, and then click on custom intent. When I click on custom intent, I will be redirect to the new page. The new page is Dialog Flow. Dialog Flow is a machine learning tools which will be designed by the Google. Here you can write your intent, you can you can write training phases, responses. You can do a lot of things with the help of Dialog Flow. Okay, so right now I'll click on create button. Okay, so you need to wait for a few seconds, and then we will be able to redirect to the new page. Yeah. So my agent is ready. Here we can create intent. As I mentioned already, like we can create an intent. Intent is just like as a set of similar type of questions. So let's say I'm creating an intent related to skills. Okay. So I'll click on create intent, and here my intent name. So let's say my intent name is skills. Okay. Technical skills. Any confusion? Here we have an intent name, and then as I mentioned, like intent is a set of similar type of questions, and here we can add a training phases. Training phases is just like as a questions, like what type of user can ask in different way about the technical skills. So here we can add a training phases. Let's say I'm adding a training phases, technical skills of Vrijraj. Maybe we can add different phases. Let's say I'm adding just a word, technical skills. Okay, user can ask maybe related to technical skills in two words, or maybe user can ask anything related to technical skills, different types of questions, which will be pointing to this particular intent. Okay, so as of now, we have just added two questions in the training phases, and now I'll just go to the next part is response. So here we have a response. Like if user will ask related to technical skills, we need to share the response. So I will click on add response button, and then here we have a response. Okay, any other questions? Confusion as of now? Okay, so as of now, we have created an intent. My intent name is technical skills, and I have added training phases. Training phases means what type of questions user can ask related to same questions. User can ask directly technical skills, or maybe user can ask technical skills of Bridgeraj. And now I'll click on the responses tab. Like what will be the response if user will ask related to technical skills? So you can ask, you can add the response. Okay. So you can add a response in multiple ways. Like if you want to create a bot, your bot will be like this machine learning model will work on Google Assistant. So you can select the response type. Here we have a plus button, and then you can select Google Assistant. I want if user will ask these questions on Google Assistant, so I will select Google Assistant. Here we can add a response. Okay. Any other confusion? Okay, so this is a default like response. you can use default response. It's totally up to you. But if you are using Google Assistant as a response, here you will get a lot of things. Like you can show the cards, you can show the list, you can show the carousels, you can show the media content, you can show the tables. You can do anything with the help of Google Assistant. But if you select the default tab, and then if you click on this one, like add response, so here you can only add text response and the custom payload. But right now I'm selecting Google Assistant. Okay. Any other confusion, doubt? Okay. So now I have selected the Google Assistant. Now I can add a response. So let's say I want to share the simple response. So I'll click on simple response, and here I can write the response. Let's say answer like Vrijraj. Mode. Maybe I will add my skills, Firebase and GCP. Okay. You can add your answers. Google Dialog Flow. Okay. Okay. Any other confusion? We have mentioned the answers. That's it. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll click on the save button. Now this machine learning model will going to train. Okay. So intent will be saved, and then agent is started training, because this is a predefined machine learning model which will be designed by the Google. You just need to pass the training phases, and these all are the training phases will go to the machine learning model that will train or maybe test your machine learning model. And then now after training will be completed, yeah, so training agent training is completed. Now you can run your machine learning model. So my machine learning model, I have created intent, and having intent questions is related to technical skills. So whenever I'll ask questions related to technical skills, there will be a result, there will be a response. The response will be this one. Vrijraj is a full stack developer. He has experience with Node, Vue, Firebase, and the Google Cloud Platform. So what I'll do here, we have a section for the testing. Try it now. So what I'll do, I'll just type, let's say skills. Okay, so this is a response. But right now we are not getting any response because we have selected default response. So I'll just go to the Google Assistant, and here we have a response. Is it visible? Is it working for you all? Okay, so we have created a simple bot, like where user can ask a questions related to technical skills, like what are the technical skills of Vrijraj. So let's say I'll ask again questions. I'll just click on what are the technical skills. It's not working. Maybe technical skills Vrijraj. I'll just type and then press yeah. So this is the same answer because we have added only one response. Okay. Any other confusion, doubt? You can ask your questions right now. I can jump to the next topic. Okay, so we have created a simple intent for the technical skills. Now, what I want to do, let's say user will ask, what are the technical skills of Vrijraj? Your assistant will reply, Vrijraj is a full stack developer and he has experience. He has experience with Node.js, Vue.js, Firebase, or and GCP Cloud Platform. Now, you need to show some suggestions, like what type of questions you can ask with your assistant. Understand what I'm trying to say? Like there will be a response now. Can we? Yeah, sure. Okay, so now this is a simple response. Now I need to share the suggestions chip, like what type of questions you can ask with your Google Assistant. So now I'll click on add response, and then we can add a suggestion chips. Okay, so these all are the suggestion chips. Like user can ask related to projects, experience, or about sections on the contact part. So I'll add about me. This is a suggestion tip, and maybe this one is experience, and the next one part is maybe related to projects, and the next one part is related to contact. Okay, it's like if the user will ask a questions related to technical skills, so there will be an answer, and then there will be a suggestion chips, and user can click on that particular suggestion chip, and again the new intent will be called related to about me, or maybe experience, or maybe projects, or maybe related to contact. Okay, so I'll click on save button once again. Again, intent will training will be started. Yeah, agent training will be started. This is a rotations. Here you can check out training is going on machine learning, and this training is completed. Now you can check your response. So let's say here I will type skills again and then press enter. So here we have a response, and then there will be some suggestions. Okay, any confusion, doubt how we can add a suggestion chips? Okay, so now we have created one intent related to technical skills. So let's create another intent for maybe about me. Okay, so what I'll do, I will just go to the intent, and then we'll create another intent. And this intent is related to about me, like who is Vrijraj? Who is Vrijraj? Okay, more info about. These are the, maybe you can mention the words, or you can mention the questions. It's totally up to you. What type of questions user can ask? Like user can say directly about Vrijraj. Okay, and here we can add a response. So I'll just go to the response part, and then we'll click on the plus button, and then here we'll select Google Assistant. So this is a Google Assistant. Here we can add a response. So let's say I'll add a response, simple response. I'll click on simple response, and here we can add a response. So what I'll do, I'll just go to the URL. So this is a URL for me. Here I will get some, yeah. So this is a some bio from me. So here we can add a bio. Okay, Vrijraj is a front-end developer. Here we can remove this one part. It's totally up to you. Yeah. So this is about information of Vrijraj, and here now you can add a suggestion chips, like same things, like if user will ask questions related to about Vrijraj, and then we need to show the suggestions, like what type of questions now you can ask. So we can add a suggestion chips. Okay. So now we have a suggestion chips like related to experience, or maybe user can ask a questions related to contact, or maybe user can ask a questions related to projects, or maybe user can ask a related to questions skills. Okay, any confusion? Okay, so now you can also add a card. Now what I'll do, I'll just click on the save button. This intent will be saved, and then training will be started. Yeah, training started. You just need to wait for a few more seconds. It's rotating, means training is working on it. And yeah, training completed. Now you can test your assistant. So I'll click on the right side sidebar. Here we can type, let's say about Vrijraj, and I'll click on the enter, and then here we have a response. Vrijraj is a front-end developer. These all are the some text message, and then here we have this one. Okay, when I click on the skills part, so it will be automatically invoke the skills part, and then here you can get the skills, because it will be connected automatically. Okay, this is one of the good thing about Dialog Flow. Or again, if you click on the about me part, this about me intent will be executed, and here we have a response. And similarly, as of now, we have created two intent. First one is related to skills, and the second one is related to about. Okay. Any other confusion? Yeah, you can create. You can changes. You can do changes. You can update the actions. You can update the intents. It's totally up to you. Okay, so now what I want to do, I want to show some card. Okay, so here we can add a card. So I'll click on add suggestions about me intent. So we can add a basic card. I'll click on the basic card. Here we have a basic card. Here you can add an image. So let's add an image. I'll add an image from this URL. So this is the image URL here I will get. So I'll click on the image URL and I will paste it here. Okay, this is a card image URL. Okay, now here you need to add accessibility text. Here you can add an accessibility text, like say Vrijraj. Here you can add a title, here you can add a description, let's say content creator. From a tech format. Okay, and here you can add a description. So let's say you can add a Google Developer Expert, it's totally up to you. Okay, here you can mention the link. Let's say when the user will click on this particular card, so you need to redirect that, like you can add a link. So what I do here, we have a website, vrijraj.xyz. So this is a website. I will just copy the URL. I will paste it here, and then here we can add a link. Let's say this will be the button, the website. Okay, and I will say about me field because button web link. Okay, yeah. So we are using different things. Like here, we need to mention the button name, and then this will be the URL. I'll click on the save button, and then intent save. Training started. You just need to wait for a few seconds. Yeah, training started. Training is going on, and then yeah, training completed. Now what I'll do here, I'll just type about Vrijraj. Okay, and then I'll press enter, and then here, whoa, we have some text, and then we have a card, and then we have a suggestion chips. Okay, these all are the things. And when I click on this particular website button, that will be redirect to my website. Any confusion, any doubt, questions? Okay, sure. Okay, so now, as of now, we have created two intents. So, like first intent is related to about me, and the second intent is related to technical skills. Now, which is predefined. Okay, one is default welcome intent. What are the default welcome intent? Default welcome intent is just like whenever you are invoking your actions on Google Assistant, so you need to share some greeting message. Hi, how can I help you? This is kind of like response you can share. So here we have, hi, how are you doing? Hello, how can I help you? So this is a welcome intent. Whenever you are invoking the intent, so you can share the response. Okay, so this is the welcome intent. So what I'll do, I'll not select the default one part. I'll just go to the Google Assistant, and yeah, so here I will remove this entire response from the by default intent. I'll just go to the Google Assistant. Here we can add a simple response, and here we have a response. Hello, how can I help you? Hello from Vrijraj. Okay, hello from Vrijraj, how can I help you? And then here you can also mention the chips, like suggestion chips. Let's say I'll add a suggestion chips, let's say about me, skills, and then we have a projects, and then we have a experience, and then we have contact. Okay, so this is a welcome intent, uh, default welcome intent, and then I'll click on the save button. Okay, so you can also invoke this particular welcome intent by asking these type of questions. Hey, hi, how are you? So I'll just ask the questions related to hi there. So I'll save this particular intent. One minute. Yeah. So yeah, intent is saved, and yeah. So here we can ask the questions. Hi there. So hi there. Hello from Vrijraj. How can I help you? And these are other suggestion tips like about me, skills, project, experience, and the contact. I'll just change the word contact. Okay. So I'll say once again, and then we'll call hi there once again. Here we have a suggestion tips and the simple response. So when I click on the about me suggestion tips, so there will be a response from the about me. And same, we can click on the skills part. Here we are getting the skills. Okay. Any other confusion as of now? So as of now, we have created two intent. First one is related to about me, and the second one is related to technical skills. And we have worked on about welcome called whenever you are invoking the actions at first time. Okay, and then this default fallback intent. Default fallback intent is just like whenever we are asking the irrelevant questions which is not written inside our in like actions. So this fallback intent will be called. Okay, so let's say I'll ask questions related to contact informations. Okay, contact information of Vrijraj, and we haven't created any intent related to contact. So default fallback intent will be called. But yeah, here we have contact informations. This is a card, maybe, or maybe if you can ask the questions related to experience, yeah, that will be experience. You can ask the questions related to YouTube. Okay, so here we have a response. I'll just go to the default response. Sorry, can't. Can you say that again? So here we have a response. So here we have a response. These all are the response by default. What you can do here, you can go select the Google Assistant. Here you can add a custom response. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this one step and I will delete this default part. I'll add a simple response and I'll add a simple response. Once again, here we can add a suggestion tips. Here we have a suggestion tips related to about, and then we can add a questions, let's say contact, and then we have an experience part, and here you can add a skills, and then you can add a projects. Okay, so I will save, and then I'll just click on save button, and intent is saved, and now I can ask training is started. You just need to wait for a few seconds. Yeah, so this is training is going to be started, and yeah, training is completed. So you can ask the questions. Maybe I'll just type Facebook. So here we have a response. Actions on Google, and then here we have a response. Can you say that again? And then we have a suggestions. Okay. So as of now, according to the PPT like slide, we have designed the welcome message, about me, skills part, and similarly you can work on the project, contact, and the experience part. Okay. Now what I'll do, I just want to check what how we can check how my intent is working, or maybe how my actions is working. So as of now we have created two intents. You can also create intents related to projects, experience, or maybe contact related things. Go to the integration part because I want to this intent or maybe agent with my Google Assistant. Okay, so you can like you can create, you have created this agent and you can integrate this agent with Trello or maybe Dialog Flow, Facebook Messenger, Telegram. You can also create a bot with the help of Telegram, Slack, Line. There are a lot of tools that you can use. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just click on this part, integration next. Okay, so I'll click on this one, and then here we have a some by default message. This is one part is discovery, like whenever user will invoke this particular actions, so first by default welcome intent will be called, and you can also test this one. So I'll click on this particular button, text. Okay, so updating actions on Google, and then you will be redirected to the test part. Okay, this is a simulator. Here we have a simulator. This- Yeah. So this is a simulator. Here we can check out. Yeah. Here we can call the actions. So like first you need to invoke the actions. So let's say I'll invoke the actions talk to Vrijraj resume, and then
Okay, let's get the test version of Vrijraj resume.
Hello from Vrijraj. How can I help you?
okay. So this is the response from smart devices, smart display. But if you want to check the response from the mobile, you can also check the response. Now, like I'll just test this one from like smart display. So when I click on the about me part, and here we have a response. Just wait for a few seconds, maybe.
Vrijraj is a front-end developer by profession and a community champion by passion. He is an organizer for GTG Jalandhar and a Google developers expert for Firebase and web technologies. He has given 100 plus talks and workshops for communities over the past 5 years. His areas of expertise are
Okay.
around web, Firebase, Google Cloud Platform. Vrijraj is a front-end
Okay,
developer
so
by
I'll just
profession and a
click on the
community
skills part, and then here we have a skills intent. Okay, so there will be a skills.
Vrijraj is a full-stack developer, and he has experience with Node, Vue, Firebase, and Google Cloud Platform.
Okay, is there any doubt related to creating actions and how we can test this entire things? Also, if we want to say buy, say like buy, and then here,
Can you say that again?
like we need to close this particular bond. Okay, so here, what I do here, I'll just click on here, and I will create an intent. Okay, like we need to stop this intent. Like say, I have used this particular actions. Now I need to say buy, and then you can move to the applications. We need to close the actions. So what I'll do here, we can create an intent. Let's say my intent name is buy. When we say buy, so intent, this action will be closed. So what type of questions user can ask, like buy, and that's it. And then what I want to do here, we can add a response. Here we can add a simple response like thank you for using Vrijraj resume. And then here you can select set this intent as an end of conversations, and then your bot will be closed or your actions will be closed. So I'll just click on the save button and just wait for a few seconds. Training will be started, and then you need to wait till training will be completed. Okay, training started. This is running, and then we'll wait for a few more seconds. Here we have our agent training is completed. Now you have updated this dialog flow. You just need to click on once again to the intake. I'll just click on the save button once again. It's not saved. Okay, so now we have updated this dialog flow. So again, we need to go to the integration part, and then we'll click on integrations again, and then click on test. Okay, every time whenever you are updating a dialog flow, that you need to go to the integration, then click on integration, and then click on test. Any other confusion, doubt? Okay, so this is a screen. Here we can test. So now let's say I want to check on phone, like how it will look like. So I'll select it phone and then click on talk to Vrijraj resume.
Okay, let's get the test version of Vrijraj Resume.
Okay, so this
Hello
is
from Vrijraj. How
a
can I help
smart.
you?
Here we can just I just want to check. I'll just reload the page because this mobile is very small. Yeah. So I'll select phone and then click on Vrijraj resume.
Okay, let's get the test version of Vrijraj Resume.
Hello from Vrijraj. How
Okay.
can I help
So
you?
this is the actions is working. Here we can write, let's say, skills.
Vrijraj is a full stack developer, and he has experience with
And
Node,
here in the
Vue,
bottom we have a
Firebase, and
suggestion
Google
tips.
Cloud Platform.
Okay. So this is how we can create actions. Now one of the best thing about Google Assistant, you can also check out this actions on your mobile. So what do you need to do? You need to log in with your Google account, same Google account in your mobile in Google Assistant, and then you can say, "Hey Google, talk to Vizra's resume," and it is working. Okay, you can also check out this one on your personal mobile. First, you just need to check the same email ID. Same email ID is logged in with your mobile. You can also test this one. Okay. Any other confusion like how we can create actions, how we can create intents, and how we can test that particular applications on Google Assistant? Now, we have created this actions and we have added some intents. Now we can go to the overview tab and here we can add some more information about actions. See here we can add more information because let's say I have created this entire actions and I have added all the intents. Now I want to publish that in actions so that user can access this actions on Google. So we can add informations. Let's say here we can add a short description. Let's say I'll add Laura Gibson. So I'll add Laura. Here we have a Laura Gibson. So Laura Gibson here we can remove this one part. Okay, so this is a some Laura Gibson. Here we can add an image. Here you need to upload the image. Here you need to upload the image. And similarly, these all are the contact informations. Let's say, like if you want to contact the developer, who is the developer of that particular actions. Here you can add an email ID. Here you can add a developer name, and then here you need to add a privacy policy. So we can share the privacy policy template. We just need to update the few things, and then you can apply like copy paste the template. Okay. And the same thing, like you can add additional phrases, like what are the additional phrases apart from Brizra's resume. You can add that things. And similarly, you can add a categories, like this categories is related to education. So here we can go to the educations and reference. And this action is related to family. Yes, this is the criteria. So you can select the criteria and then you can click on join button. And similarly, you are not using any alcohol or these kind of things. And here, this is the optional part. You can skip this one, these same for this one, same for this one. And then you can click on the save button. Once you completed all the informations, edit all the information, and then you can go to the deploy part. Like after completing this one part, yeah. So some of the information is required. Like we need to upload the image. I don't have an image right now. but you can upload the image. You can just click on like update these informations, and then in the next part you can directly like after updating this information, you just need to go to the release and then click on the start new release. But you need to complete the process, like you need to complete this directory informations. Okay, and then you, after completing your directory informations, you need to go to the release part and then click on the release part, and then it will ask few things and then click on the publish button. And Google team will review your actions, and after 2 3 business day, you will be getting a mail from the Google like your actions is approved, and you now you can check your actions. Okay, and similarly here we have a analytics tab. Like here you can check out how many users are using your actions in your day-to-day life. And similarly, you after publishing your actions, you can check out these actions on Google Assistant. You just need to click on, just type on Google Assistant. This is the main website. Here we have a Google Assistant section, and then here we can click on what it can do, and here we have explore actions. So this is a like if you can go to the Play Store, here inside the Play Store there will be a lot of applications. So similarly, this is a Play Store for Google Assistant. Okay, so here we have a lot of actions which is designed by the developer community as well as the some of the companies. Let's say you can check the actions related to Starbucks. Starbucks is using this, or I don't know exactly. Yeah, you can also check WTF developer actions, or you can Vrijraj. Yeah, so I have created few actions. So first one is related to friends computer, or maybe you can click on DDG Jalandhar. My internet is very slow. I think. Okay, till that time, any confusion, any doubt? Okay, so you can like after publishing this particular actions on Google Assistant, you will be getting a link. So I'll just type WTM Jalandhar. Okay. So here we have a assistant. I'll just make let's say I'll just go to the one assistant which let's say related to women technicals Jodhpur. Okay, so you have like there is a person who has created this assistant, and now you can share this assistant. You just need to share this URL with your friend, and that's it. You can share this URL, and also you can call this assistant. You just need to call talk to women technicals Jodhpur. That's it. Okay. And here user can add a review. Let's say user have added a review, or you can check out these all are the actions. It's totally up to you. And this is an interactive one for interview purpose. Like some of like student has used these ideas, and interviewer very impressed because like here you can get all the informations related to your skills project or any other things like if you want to share. So okay, the next one part is deployment is done. Like you have to add the informations, like all the informations in the development deployment part. Here we have a deploy sections. My internet is not working, I think probably. Yeah. So we have a deploy part here. You need to add a directory informations, and then you after completing the directory informations, then you can go to the release part, and here you can publish your applications. Okay. And the next one part is like you can like once you completed these actions, now you can add a lot of things. Like say you can connect your Google Assistant with some database. let's say I can use uh, the database, I can use the cloud functions. Let's say I created a bot. Let's say bot name is Vrijraj Resume, and when I say how like can you share the information about Vrijraj IWD India project? So we have a data into the database part. So like your action will be goes to the database and collect the data and get the data and your intent or maybe your response will be coming from the database part. You can do that with the help of backend services. Similarly, you can get the images from cloud storage, or here you can get some rich content from the hosting part, and you can also write some business logic with the help of cloud functions. It's totally up to you. You can explore these things. So that's all from my end. Like if you have any questions, you can ask your questions right now. I'm open for the questions. It takes maximum 30 to 40 minutes for creating actions, the basic actions related to resume. And after 30-40 minutes, you can directly publish it on Google Assistant. And Google team will take around 2-3 business days, and then they will approve your actions. And that's it. You can mention that particular link on your resume, like you have created this Google Assistant for your thing. Yeah. Apart from building a resume, you can create a lot of interactive web application. Like you can go to the some of the startups, and you can create a assistant for some startup. Like let's say there is a startup name is let's say Swiggy. So you can create a Google Assistant for the Swiggy. Like, hey Google, talk to Swiggy, and like Swiggy will check, and they will show you some sort of discount coupon or maybe restaurant near to your locations, and inside Google Assistant you can order the food, you can pay the food, you can track the food, you can do a lot of things. Okay, any questions, confusion, doubt? So thank you so much, that's all from my end. See you tomorrow. Bye.